Hello everybody and welcome to another fretboard diagram video. I keep getting notifications from YouTube about stepping up my production quality and might take them up on it. For now, you're stuck with my screenshots and Adobe Illustrator using for these presentations here. So for this one, I've indicated my scale in scale degrees. So what this means is I can, if I decide I want this to be B major, the scale degrees will always be the same. They're different notes, but they essentially, the scale degrees mean what relationship do they bear to one another. And if a note is indicated as the 1, then all of the other ones fall into place. So I'm going to bring this up to here because I like doing this in G, but again, it's more a matter of their relationship to one another and the shape. So a lot of times, if you're taught this scale, you'll be taught it without the 7 starting right here. But because the 7 is in position, I like to include it in the low end of the scale. Which, what does that mean? Does that make this a major scale or a Locrian scale because it starts on the 7th? It's really up to you depending on how you play it. It's only what it is depending on how you make it sound audibly and which note becomes the tonal center. If it's going to be a Locrian or a 7th degree scale, 7th mode of the major scale, in order to make it sound like Locrian, you would have to center your melodies and phrasing around that 7th note. Anyhow, the point of this video is to show you how the different shapes that this scale emerges in are actually the same thing, only looking different because of the B string rule, which I did a video on what the B string rule is in the other in another video here on this channel. So in order to make that happen, or to show you what I mean, we are going to take this. So the 7th of G is F sharp. So if I take this whole thing and bring it to the F sharp that's right here, here's F sharp, then we have one note that has fallen off the fingerboard, or one set of notes that have fallen off the fingerboard here. And then we have these 2 notes, which are the same on both strings, so I can be confident that because both are E strings. But if you were to play this, this is not how it goes, and the reason is because these notes have now taken a new position and they're on the B string. So if I simply move them up, now I have the shape of another form of this same scale. So the point is if you learn to see through as a guitar player, as somebody who plays on the fretboard in standard tuning, if you see through the B string, then you can learn these scales a lot easier and learn them just from the memorization of one of the patterns. So now let's take this. The 5 is the D in the key of G. We're on the D, 10th fret. So if I take this whole thing and then I come to the D on the A string, once again, it says fallen off the fretboard, or there's no string for it now. We've slid it over to the 5th string. Then whatever's on this E string is also going to be on this E string. So that's accurate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. I'm going to move these down. Oops, sorry. And now we have this version of the scale that starts on the 2, and if you check it, if you listen to it, you'll see that it's accurate. If you were to check all of the notes, you'll see that they're the notes of the G major scale, just starting on the A. All right, let's do this again. We're going to take everything here. We're going to bring it down to the A, 12th fret. We could also do it up here on the open, but we've chosen down here. So once again, this one is now fallen off. These notes are duplicated over here. And these notes come down to adjust for the B string. And we have now the 6th mode, the minor, or whatever you want to call it, the one that starts on the 6. Check it, listen to it, you'll see that it's accurate. What is the 6? It's E. So I'm going to go ahead and move that over to E, which is here. And we'll follow the same process. And these will be copied from E string to E string. These will come down. And now we have the 5th and final pattern of this. I say final because we're overlapping over the whole thing. The only thing that's not really showing here is this version of the scale. So now if we're involving the open strings, now like I've done here with this one, you see the 7th has fallen off. The way to get that 7th be to change the position. So sometimes when we're off of the frets, or we've run out of room on the extremes of the guitar, then we have to adjust the position. Some people would do that here anyway on the 16th fret. In this case, I just went ahead and used this pattern where the 7th is up here. So these are the shapes of the this. You can check these for yourself and find that everything here is in the key of G, and practice them by learning one of them and moving them around like I've shown, and seeing through the B string, meaning you should, if you're going to play in standard tuning, you should just automatically understand that things shift on the B string only because the way that the instrument is tuned. And that's just the way it is. If our instrument was tuned in all fourths, of course, this would be easier to, the patterns would be more symmetrical from as we move them up. But standard tuning has its benefits for a lot of reasons. So take a look at that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next one.